So as I've seen, China are the biggest exporters of products in the whole world, and they export about £1 trillion worth of different products all across the world every single year, and that is 1 million pounds worth of different products, and that ranges from different goods like clothing to toys to paint to all different things like that. Okay, and there are three main reasons why China makes so many things, and I'm going to tell you what those three things are. Number one. So perhaps the most obvious reason is the fact that China has so many people living in the country. It has the biggest population in the world of 1.4 billion people, and that's out of about 6 or 7 billion that's in the world in total. Okay, and this means that there are so many people that live there, so there's so many people who can work in various factories and different businesses and actually make the products. So that is the main reason. Number two. Now, if you're a toy company, for example, and you want to make lots of toys as cheaply as possible so you can make as much money as possible, you're going to want to make them in factories where you don't have to pay the workers very much. And that is where China comes in, because in China, lots of workers are willing to work for about £3 an hour in these factories and make the products. And that's compared to, say, the UK, which has a minimum wage of about £7.20, or in the USA, which has a minimum wage of about $7.25 even. So basically, companies can employ workers in China a lot more cheaply, and therefore make products cheaply, and therefore make more profit. And finally, number three. And finally, in China, there are far fewer safety regulations and laws with regards to working in factories and different businesses. So this means that companies can actually cut corners with these safety regulations and save on costs. So that means they can make products more cheaply and therefore make more profit. So it is quite attractive for different big companies across the world. And the downside to this is obviously the fact that the safety of Chinese products has been put under some question. And there are about 75,000 deaths across China in the workplace every year. A lot of this due to the poor safety conditions. So all in all, there are three main reasons why China makes so many products. Number one, they have a large workforce, so lots of potential workers who can work in factories. Number two, the labour is really cheap, so these workers are prepared to work for far lower wages than they would do in the UK or in the USA. And number three, there are far fewer laws and safety regulations, or at least a lot of these are ignored or can be ignored, and that means that companies can cut corners and save money. So there are your three main reasons why China makes so many products. That's all for now.